Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about nutrition, and we know that food is our basic requirement or the need for all the living beings, and we cannot survive without food. And the various components of food are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. Fine. These components are known as nutrients. Fine. And all the plants or the animals, they require food for getting energy as well as for the growth. Why we eat food? For our growth and obviously for getting energy. So this process of utilizing the food, why? For getting energy and the growth, is known as nutrition. Fine. And we know that plants can make their food by themselves, but animals cannot make their food, but they depend upon the plants directly or indirectly. Fine. Now let's see how plants make their food and what are the mode of nutrition in the plants. Fine. There are the two mode of nutrition in all the living organisms. One is the autotrophic nutrition, second one is the heterotrophic nutrition. Fine. Auto मतलब होता है self और hetero means others. Fine. So autotrophic nutrition is the mode of nutrition in which an organism makes its food itself. Means the organism will not depend upon the others but will make the food by itself. This mode of nutrition is called as autotrophic nutrition. For example, green plants, they can make their food with the help of CO2 and water in the presence of a pigment called as chlorophyll and the sunlight. Fine. This process is called as what? Photosynthesis. Fine. So this mode of nutrition in the green plants is autotrophic. Fine. And the animals which make their food are known as autotroph. The mode is called as the autotrophic nutrition, and the organisms which prepare their food are known as autotrophs, or they are also known as producers. Why producers? Because they are producing their food by themselves. Okay. So next is the heterotrophic nutrition, means it is the mode of nutrition in which organism depend upon others. Hetero means others. They cannot make their food by themselves but they depend upon others for getting the food. This mode of nutrition is called as heterotrophic nutrition, and organisms which cannot make their food or depend upon the others are known as heterotrophs. Okay. Now we know that animals and you can say the humans do not make their food, but they eat the food prepared by the plants, or they eat the flesh of the other animals. Okay. So all the animals and humans, they come under the category of heterotrophs. Now just like autotrophs, fine, autotrophs are called as producers because they produce their food by themselves, but heterotrophs, they consume the ready-made food. They are not preparing their food. So because they are consuming the ready-made food, they are known as producers. Okay. Now let's see how green plants make their food. We know that there is a process which is called as photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process by which green plants make their food. And what are the raw materials for photosynthesis? Carbon dioxide, water, sunlight and chlorophyll pigment. These four are the raw materials plant will take carbon dioxide from the air and water from the soil, sunlight and chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is present in the green leaves because we know that photosynthesis will takes place in the leaves. Why in the leaves? Because leaf contain a pigment called as chlorophyll, and this pigment will capture the light of sun. Fine, and then utilize the light of the sun for making food, that is carbohydrate, and in this process oxygen will released into the atmosphere. Okay, now how the green plants will take CO2 from the air? We know that green plants, they take this CO2 through the small, structures or the holes or the pores present in the leaves called as stomata. Stomata are the tiny pores which are present on the surface of the leaves. लीफ की सरफेस पे कुछ छोटे छोटे पोर्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं और इन पोर्स के चारों तरफ कुछ सेल्स प्रेजेंट होती हैं जिन्हें हम गार्ड सेल्स कहते हैं. फाइन. सो जो एक्सचेंज ऑफ गैसेस है, दिस CO2 एंड O2, इनका एक्सचेंज होगा. फाइन. Plants will take CO2 and release O2. So this exchange of gases will takes place through what? The stomata. Suppose this is the leaf. Fine. This is the leaf and these are the small structures called as stomata. So through these structures the exchange of gases will takes place. Okay.